guys, welcome back. So if you have me on Snapchat or Twitter, or if you just have noticed I haven't been uploading videos, as you can tell from my voice, I have been sick for the past few days, but today was the first day that I was like, okay, I feel like I can actually sit down and film something. So I filmed this neon skull, half glam, half skull look. I kind of wanted my face to look as if it had been chipped away. That sounds really like morbid. Okay, anyway. So yes, if you guys want to see how to get this look here, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, alrighty, so I'm gonna get started by priming my entire face for this look because we want this to go on really smoothly. We want it to stay on. So I'm gonna be grabbing the NYX Photo Loving Primer. This is a silicone-based primer which is going to fill in any fine lines and pores. Then I realized that I actually wanted to listen to some music to get into the zone, you know, so I went ahead and put my headphones in. And I'm gonna grab my favorite medium to full coverage foundation and buff that out just using a damp beauty sponge. Now I'm going to grab a full coverage concealer and pop this all the way under our eyes because we do want the right side of our face to be completely flawless. Eye bags are not a thing on this side of our face, okay? Now I'm going to grab a translucent loose powder and set under my eyes, and I'm also going to use that same powder to set the rest of my face. Now I'm grabbing my favorite brow pencil. I'm using this to define and fill in my brow area, just because with all the work that we're gonna be doing with the body painting, the brows can actually fade into the background just a little bit, so we just wanna bring them back just a tad, just to make them be a little bit more like, hey, we're here, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah. Now I'm grabbing the NYX contour palette. I'm using this to contour my face. And then I'm gonna grab a bronzer, use this to warm up my cheek area and my hairline, my forehead, my temple. Then I'm gonna grab my favorite mauve toned blush and I'm gonna pop this on my cheeks as a blush, obviously. Now I'm gonna spray some setting spray on my face and pop on some highlighter. And I'm also going to layer that with a much lighter highlight because I want this to be really, really like blinding, you know? Then I'm gonna grab a matte orange eyeshadow and pop this through my crease using a fluffy blending brush as a transition shade. This is going to make sure that everything that we put on top, which is like 2 other shades anyway, really easy, but anyway, it's gonna make sure that that blends over the top very, very, very easily. Then as you can see, I'm going to grab this reddy orange shade and pop this on the outer third of my eye using that exact same brush and blend that into the inner part of my eye using windscreen wiper motions. Now I'm going to grab this gold eyeshadow and pop it on with my finger. Yes, my finger, guys, you don't have to invest in a $45 brush for a lid color, you can use your finger. So now I'm going to grab that white highlight that we used before and pop that in my inner corner and as a brow bone highlight. And now I'm going to grab a white kohl pencil and pop that in my waterline just to make my eyes look a bit more awake, make them look a bit bigger. And then I'm literally just going in with those same shades we used on the top of our lids, like in our crease, and I'm just blending them on the lower lash line. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes and pop on some mascara. And of course, I'm popping on my favorite lashes of all time. And these are just going to go on with some lash glue and I'm just adjusting them. Yeah, anyway. So as you can see, I already started outlining where I wanted everything to be and where I wanted everything to go. So I literally just took like a detailer brush and some black cream body paint that's water activated. And I use that just to create the line. And as you can see now, I'm just kind of filling in and building up the layers. Now you will have to do a few layers of this. I had to do about maybe four layers to get it like fully opaque, you know, because you don't want your skin to show through. You want it to be completely black. That way when we put the really bright eyeshadow over the top, everything just pops out as much as possible. Now I'm going to grab a black kohl pencil and pop this in my waterline and tightline and smudge this all the way through my lower lash line and top lash line just because we don't want to see any skin tone. Now I'm going to grab a white liquid liner and I'm basically just outlining where I want everything to go, where I want my lines to be, how I want everything to look. So I was actually just winging this, you guys. You can use a white eyeliner or you can even use just like a white cream paint. When I started doing the teeth, you want to do like little teardrop shapes on the top and on the bottom. That's basically the best way that I can kind of put it as to how to do teeth on a skull, and as you can see here, I'm just like highlighting my ear just to create a bit more dimension. Anyway, so yeah, you really want to take your time with this, guys. This took me forever to do. Just take your time with it, and if you guys mess up, you can just go in with some black body paint and go back over it. Now, as you can see, I'm just adding in little details. I did the one on my forehead and my cheek. And then I did one on my collarbone, but I didn't like it, so I just went back over it with some black paint. And now I'm just drawing where my Adam's apple would go, and now I'm outlining my collarbone once again, just to create more of a, just like a bigger shape on my body. So I was actually Googling like skeletons and like what the actual skeleton looks like just to get some kind of reference. So I ended up drawing this circle thing. So it kind of looks like where like your shoulder meets up with your arm, kind of, but not really. And then I drew 2 lines to symbolize the arm and clean that up with some black paint. Not perfect at all, but that is totally fine because it's not meant to look perfect. It's meant to look messy and almost like a grunge. Okay, Jacob, stop. So now we have done that, I'm going to grab this very bright green aqua. It's kind of like a sea foam, kind of blue, kind of not really. Anyway, I'm going to grab that on a shader brush and pop this all over where we put the white. And then I'm using a blending brush just to buff away some of the product. Basically just putting this all over the place. Like literally, guys, go in. I almost hit pan on this eyeshadow from just doing this tutorial on its own. And also you want to make sure that this shade is matte. You can use any color you want, doesn't have to be green. Just make sure that it is a matte eyeshadow and has a lot of pigment to it. And then to create the neon effect, you want to grab your white cream paint and then just start outlining everything all over again, because the green will naturally fade around, so it'll look as if it's glowing. I know it's a really weird concept, but it worked, okay? Okay, so now to create the little triangle shard things, like I don't know what to call them, but that's literally what I did. I just drew triangles all over my face and along the seam, and I drew them of all different sizes, so it looks as if I have been chipped away at in, you know, a lot more in some places than other. Does that make sense? I don't know. You guys get what I mean. Even though I knew that I was going to be creating a jagged line, I still wanted to just kind of crispen up where I was gonna go with a makeup wipe. So anyway, I actually had to do like the left shoulder part with my right arm, and you guys know I'm left-handed, so that was so freaking tricky for me to do that whole bit. But anyway, you gotta make it work. So I did exactly that, and it also helps if you guys have like a smaller mirror to kind of just get like a closer look into what you're doing. Then I'm just drawing a few smaller and larger triangles along the perimeter. Then I actually realized I need to put liquid lipstick on. So this is just like a plain nude liquid lipstick. Yeah, and I was just really careful with where I was putting it because I didn't want to mess up the triangles, you know, okay. So then I went back in and kept on drawing the little triangles, creating them of all different sizes, obviously because you want it to look as if it's been shredded, ripped, I don't know, you get it. This is just with the black cream paint, and I went back and forth between a fine liner brush and an angled brush. So I use a fine liner brush in some areas and the angled brush in others. It just depends on your personal preference, guys. And once you have done that, that is the finished look. Alrighty guys, so that concludes this tutorial. Yeah, I've been filming for about 5 hours now, and I am just exhausted and ready to take this off. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did like this tutorial, and if you guys like these kinds of special effects makeup tutorials, then give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. That is all down below and at the end of this video for you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys. Alright, that's enough of that.